All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a hot minute since we cast Florencio, and he's barcoding. Oh my! He's also got a picture, which is the face of every Florencio fan after months of dry spell going, where Florencio replays, Pig cast Florencio replays, please. And now they see Florencio Files. That's your face, person watching this. Oh, a little bit weirdly aroused, a bit excited, but hovering next to Florencio's hatchery and therefore pleased. The opponent has just done a double extractor trick to get 2 drones out a fraction of a second before their overlord popped out. So the whole point of building the extractors and canceling, guys, is to get your supply ahead of where it would be. Doing 2 extractor tricks is not only very expensive because you're losing a lot of mining time as well as having to obviously sacrifice some minerals, but if your overlord's about to pop, you could wait like 3 seconds and just build those drones without bothering with the extractor trick. It'll actually get you ahead, believe it or not. Now, we are going to see a hatch gas pool here for Ex-Con Marine in the bottom right side of the map, who does not know that they are a victim of Florencio. Now, Florencio's gone for a drone scout, and this drone looks like he's got nefarious ideas. The thing is, what can he do? You don't have a spawning pool. So he's set this up on a patrol path. Oh, he's trying to do like the Zerg symbol. You know, it's like a spiral. And Ex-Con is like, no, I can't let you scout me. I'm going to pull 5 drones to try and intercept. What is this game? Oh, I'm so happy to be back casting the flow files. For those who don't know, I have a whole preparation ritual for the flow files because flow files, you never know what's going to happen. There can be lulls, there can be high moments. It's just going to be weird crap. And I was like, how do I loosen up this morning before casting the flow files? And we decided, I cast a King of Cannons episode right before this. I was like, okay, this is a bit deranged, but you know, it's high level deranged. It's within a bit more set of constraints. You go to Florencio around the middle of the ladder, and it's so much more deranged. And right now, this drone is doing his best Captain Dickhead impersonation. Now, for those who don't know, Captain Dickhead is a main character in my live stream. Basically, it's a drone that spends an inordinate amount of time trying to annoy your opponent. And as you can see, building a spine crawler behind the mineral line, not actually going to achieve anything since Zerglings were already building. And what the hell? There's already a lair on the way. What is this guy doing? Ex-Con Marine is playing some sort of wildly demented style. Meanwhile, Flo is building 2 spines on his natural right next to each other. So if the opponent wants to go banelings, they can blow both up. This is the important thing. A lot of people don't understand. One of Florencio's, key old school rules, one of his laws of StarCraft. Oh, he can't take the gas there. He does lose the drone finally. Captain Dickhead goes down. So one of his laws used to be if you spread out damage across multiple targets rather than killing one, you give them time to heal and regenerate, and therefore you can do more damage. Now, he also has a new theory with Zerg, which is offering your opponent discount value deals. So he'll purposely put 2 spine crawlers together, kind of the way you guys know how like Hero leaves his door open all the time, right? He's like, welcome to my house. And then if you run in, he's ready and he punishes you, right? He punishes you. So Florencio here offering a 2-for-1 value deal. Oh, he's getting Ling flooded. Wait, but Ex-Con's flooding Lings before Ling speed's even finished. Oh my God, talk about announcing your intention ahead of time. But wait, it's because he saw the spines. He's taking the deal. He built the baling nest because he saw the 2 spines. But now there's a full wall off. I can't believe it worked. He, like 2 spines literally dies to 4 banelings blowing up on them, guys. 4 banelings. It is an insane discount deal. He puts it there, worst possible defense ever. And as a result, Ex-Con takes the deal. But now Flo's walled off, and look at this. There's another way in. Ex-Con sees the wall and says, I will not be perturbed. I am going to make drops. The question is, where are their overlords, though? They got to fly across the map. He's got to wait for overlord speed to get him across. So he's going to try and elevate into the main base, do a little lifty-lifty. Flo is already preparing for this. Now, what? Why is he building a spine? I mean, to be fair, that's just a Florencio thing. To build a random spine crawler in your main base, right? Like he builds bunkers behind his main base. I shouldn't be surprised, really, should I? Now, we've got 2 Dropper-Lords coming in the back here. 6 drones are still building for Flo. He's got a 10-worker advantage, but he has no tech other than the Roach Warren. He has so much gas in the bank, and yet he's pulling off minerals onto gas, because 700 gas is not enough. Guys, he needs more than 700 gas right now while not mining 2 full mineral lines. Welcome to StarCraft. Dude, this is cool. Ex-Con's gonna mass drop him. He sees the drops coming. Does Flo see it? He's building spines. Okay, I don't think he realizes. Oh, he does. He's building spines in the main as well. We're on Florencio's camera right now, guys. We're on the Florencio cam. He's trying to go mass spine in the main, mass spine in the natural, but he's only got one up in the main so far. But it's only 2 overlords. Why do you only bring 2? He's going to have to keep doing trips over and over again. He's trying to click on the overlords, but they can't get to it right now. He's got to fly those overlords back. The Lings are going to run in. Drones and Queen trying to hold the line, trying to buy time for more spine crawlers to get up. He's going to elevate more units in, but it's a disjointed attack. It's only a few at a time. The spine crawler does go down. The Queen's going to fall as well. Florencio, oh no, he's in trouble. The Lings are getting on top, but they need to focus these spines before they finish. Roaches are coming out as well. Roaches could help save the day with these spines. Remember, spines have 2 armor. Zerglings only do 5 damage, which means they're down to 3 damage. They lose 40% DPS when attacking a spine crawler compared to, say, a drone or another Zergling. Ravager Cocoon there as well. Zerglings trying to come in. They are only slow Zerglings, so they easily get surrounded, but that spine crawler in the back is actually doing so much. 5 damage, 6 kills. Drones are going to pull into the main to try and fight this as well. If he can keep the spine crawler alive, the drones are doing a great job of tanking. The spine crawler's still alive. But now come the banelings, and he's moved all of his drones into his main. Florencio, no, his drones, they're all exposed. The banes go right, the drones go left, the drones go left, the drones go left. Oh my gosh. Okay, banelings get some pretty big hits, but not quite enough to finish it. The spine crawler in the back has 16 kills. He still hasn't killed it. Why is he still only using 2 overlords? Why didn't he make like 5? Why didn't he just drop them all at once? Does he not know he can turn any overlord into a drop? Kill the spine crawler, please. The roach is holding the choke point, so the Lings can't get to the spine unless they go around. The drones are fighting again. The Lings, though, hold position. Oh my god, flows down to just 14 drones. So XCon's ahead, but that spine crawler has 22 kills. Dude, I can't believe this. Flow is miles behind now, but XCon has shown the range of a very weird player. He's going Hydras now. Hydra Ling-bane. Hydras lose to Roaches head-to-head, but there's a third base. If XCon drones up, they are miles ahead. But if you guys ever watched the Florencio Files before, you may have heard, what does Pig say when he casts the Florencio Files? Everybody knows this. If they just hold down the drone key, they can beat Florencio here. They've got this. But you know what people don't think of doing when they're in a game with Florencio? Because the situation's so bizarre that their brain is actively melting as the gameplay happens. They don't think about just droning. They don't think about the conservative option. They're thinking about, how do I kill this guy? Look at this. The spine crawler positioning again is really good. The drone's trying to fight. He's going to have to hide the drones in the pocket so the Zerglings can't get at them in there. They can't get at them. Florencio stacks the drones in the corner, and he gets maybe 2 drones. I don't think it was that many. It is not as much damage as he would have liked anyway. Definitely Flow, though, needs to protect. He loses 1 more drone, these Lings. They get 2 more. Can they get a 3rd one? No, spine crawlers do deflect. Would be, if he just puts the spine over here, it's going to be hard for XCon to keep dropping it. XCon is taking a 4th hatchery, double Evo chamber, and still massing Zerglings. So it's 2 Hydras with no upgrades, now 4 more. This player does not know how to build drones, dude. He's built like a couple. But like, this is such a janky build. He's just going to keep lifting. He's realized he can make another drop a lot. He's going to go for a 3rd overlord. The guy who, if you're forced to mass spines on 2 base, the play might be to just drone these expansions and get a big lead. But XCon is like, I know how to do drops, and I'm going to keep dropping. Remember, guys, so imagine D-Day, World War II, 1944. The Americans land at Omaha Beach. They don't realize the Germans got word of it. There's whole divisions waiting for them. Throw them back into the sea easily. Imagine if they then attacked the same beach 14 times more in a row with like amphibious landings. I don't know if that would be a good idea, but that's essentially what XCon is trying to make work right now. Florencio's defenses are insane. And yes, in case you were wondering, yes, Florencio is the Nazis in this analogy. At me, haters. It's fine. He does like to torture and do evil things on the ladder, okay? That's not a controversial take. You guys have seen him play. You're fans. Hydra Ling's gonna load up. He's gonna try and get in the main. The Roaches are just doing this hit and run. He's gonna evacuate. He's gonna pull back. Now there's Mutalisks on the way, guys. Flo has bought time to get the Mutas. By the way, this spine crawler, guys, what do we call this guy? I think we know what we have to nickname the 22 kill spine crawler that survived earlier. I think you guys know that it's Biggest Dickus. That's right, guys. Biggest Dickus behind the mineral line there, surviving earlier. I'm going to keep track of him. I hope he survives to the end of this game, whatever happens. Biggest Dickus. We've got Mutas building up in secret. The thing is, Hydras will beat Mutas if they're in, you know, relatively similar numbers. The spines are moving over, so he's reinforcing the beachhead, and this is what I was talking about. If we once again try to drop here, this is so brain damaged, I can't even believe it. But if, you know, we can just attack the wall. You know what's so funny, guys? The natural wall is basically undefended right now, but we're gonna, okay, he sees it and he realizes maybe not a good idea. The thing is, the muta count's growing in secret in the back. Florencio's hiding his mutas. He's gonna drop a crosshair, but the mutas are gonna come in. Is it enough Hydras to take down these mutas? Well, they were busy attacking the queen in the spine. Now they're fighting. Oh, the mutas are getting taken down, but the broodlings come in and do actually help out a little bit. And he's attacking an Evo chamber. You gotta get the Hydras on the mutas, mate. There's so many spine crawlers layered behind this. XCon not able to get in here. Does take out a few mutalisks, but I think Florencio, he's been getting dropped over and over again. He does finally manage to hold on. There are 15 spore crawlers. What? What? Oh my god. XCon's actually the worst player I've ever seen. He literally, this man was crushing this game, or woman, whoever they are. XCon Marine was crushing this game. You know what they just did? They just said, I know what we need to do, and they just started slitting the throats of all their workers. He just ruined his own economy. We are talking about the most savage self-own decapitation of his own economy I've ever seen. All he needed to do was build one spore in each base and rally Hydras, and he'd be fine. XCon just murdered his economy lead to get 5 spores at each base. One spore would have been more than enough. XCon Marine has been hurt before. He can feel the mutalisks right now. 100% XCon, the scars. He can feel the scars. That's what Twitch chat just said. I totally agree. The trauma is evident. XCon has died to mutas before. I mean, you know the trick is to spread creep and not move your Hydras away from the spores, right? You leave your rally point back here. You leave this hatchery rallied in the mineral line, this hatchery rallied to the mineral line, and you just spread creep and move a spore or two out here. But XCon has gone mass spore and now has nothing to defend the 4 slow zerglings that are attacking their base. The slow zergling rally of Florencio. Oh no, and Link Speed's gonna kick in as well. It's a handful of, oh my god, XCon hiding in the mineral line like a bloody expert. Transfuses a spore crawler. How is that where your attention is going in this situation? I do not know. This is ludicrous. Just spread a creep tumor. This player doesn't know what creep tumors are. Spread a creep tumor. It's the only way to get your spores out here, mate. I can't believe we're gonna lose to a speedling counter and building 15 spore crawlers. Oh my gosh. Like, you know what transfuses? Your micro's been pretty slick in some situations, but XCon, an absolute mad lad, trying to go Hydras. They have +1 and both Hydra upgrades. And Florencio's economy is hot garbage. It's 30 drones of mass spine crawler, guys. Like, if you just get up enough Hydras to beat the mutas and Zerglings, you'll be fine. But right now, that Zergling count's very scary. And if he has to go fight in the open, that could be a problem. He finally spread 1 creep tumor. Queens are there. Transfuse would be really good on these Hydras. Does finally drop a couple of transfuses, and those mutas get wrecked. But the drones are going down at the same time. And that's another about 10 drones going down. Ling's going to go for a surround on the Hydras. The Hydras don't really want to be tanking. They kind of want the Queens to be tanking. Ideally, the Hydras would be coming in from behind. A few more Hydras do come forward, and I think the Queens will be okay. They are off creep right now, but the Queens hold the line. XCon holds on, and if XCon can just take a deep breath, stabilize, drone up, retake a 4th base, they'll be good. What has history taught us about players playing Florencio, guys? The last thing they'll ever do is take a deep breath and calm down. Instead, we are going to A-move across the map with 6 Hydras and 3 Zerglings. This is a counterattack that exists and happened in a real game. This guy thought 6 Hydras and 3 Zerglings was a good counterattack. No! What are you doing? Why? You just stabilized. Why would you go across the map right now? The decision making is absolutely flabbergasting. It's so wild. I'm like, dude, you managed to stabilize. They just A-move 6 Hydras across the... You need to get the ball of Hydras together. You have the better army in the long term, the better upgrades. You just need to stop throwing your shit away. Now we're droning, but we just threw our army away. You need to defend the counterattack from Florencio, mate. Oh my god, we've got a mass slow-bane burrow play for Florencio because he knows there's going to be another Hydra attack. And if he can burrow bane, detonate on the Hydras, take them out when they attack him. Or is he just going to... No, he's just going to headbutt with his banes. Never mind. He's just going to headbutt with his... Is he going to click the hatchery? What the fuck? What the fuck? That's the dumbest attack I've ever seen. That is so inefficient, guys. That's so inefficient. The only person that's made me feel that much pain before is back when I used to play team games with Fear Dragon. His favorite move was he would pop a Nidus in the enemy main, and he would unload banelings rallied onto their lair or hive or command center, and the banelings would roll out and one at a time detonate on the building until it died. It was the worst move ever, and he would actively throw every game until I was just like, I'm just not playing team games with you anymore. This is the worst, most painful thing I've ever seen. That being said, back to 2-base mining. Problem, Florencio doesn't have an economy advantage. So even with that happening, he's still at 37 workers. So what he's done is he's bringing XCon Marine kind of down to his level, but it feels like Flo here. He's on Mutilating Bane, but he's still kind of struggling. I want to see those Burrowed Banes setting up. I think they could be big. Now we've got Lair Tech, Lurker, and Spines and Spores, which means XCon's pretty unbreakable. XCon could absolutely drone up, take a fourth, but really needs to spread creep and spread spores. The crazy thing about how XCon's playing is they still haven't realized you don't need 5 spore crawlers at one base. You need like a spore here and a spore here, and that creates a safe zone against mutas. We're just not creating that. I've 5 spore crawlers in each base is so insane. Especially when he killed almost all the mutas on the front. Remember there was like 2 mutas left over at the end of that fight? And he's like, you know what? This 2-base muta player has 2 mutas. By the time he gets to my base, that'll at least be 26 mutalisks. I think I need at least 5 spores. Like I would not build 5 spores unless my opponent had 26 mutas active on the map. Maybe more than that. Maybe 30. The spore crawlers wreck mutalisks so hard. They have bonus damage to biological, specifically because otherwise mutalisks get out of control in ZVZ. XCon is also going triple upgrades. We've got melee, +2 range, and carapace. Triple upgrade Ling, Lurker, Hydra. What a comp. Problem, Banes, Counterlings, and Hydras. So it is all on the Lurkers to wreck these Banes. Will they be able to pull it off? Oh, Florencio, he's got to be careful, man. These Lurkers could do crazy damage. Now, one thing you can do is you can run a Ling in and then run to the side and it'll drag the Lurker attacks away, but Flo's not doing that. But the Lings do drag the attacks away. The Banelings click on the hatchery again. This move is so stupid. This doesn't trade positively at all. If XCon literally just rebuilds a 4th, which he can't because there's a burrowed Zergling. He's burrowed and XCon has to build it off position. That Zergling's just like, they're doing the scans of the soil. They're like, the foundations aren't secure. And there's just this one fucking Zergling claw sticking out of the ground. And he's like, you can't build here, dickhead. You're like, okay, all right, that's there. We're just going to build it over there instead. We're going to do some long distance mining on this place. Hydra Lurker going across the map. Oh no. Oh no. What is this? Why would you counterattack right now? What is he just walks his Hydra Lurker across the map against his slaughter? Oh my God, your middle friggin'... How are your counterattacks so nonsensical? There's no Overseer right now. Oh, there is, it's coming from somewhere. There it is. Guys, we got to replay that when the game's... I don't know when the game ends. Was there a Burrowed Baneling that hit? I don't think there was. I think he just literally decided to throw his army away for no reason. XCon is so far ahead on economy, upgrades, army comp. XCon just needs to calm down and stop throwing units away and move some effing spores into the open to secure your 4th base. What? XCon has 5 Hydras out. That's not enough. This is 25 Mutalisks. Now we really... Why? Okay, you need to move. You know Spore Crawlers can move. What? Are you attacking 20 Mutas with 5 Hydras? Mate! Flo right now, he's got that Muta count up. He's got +2 range on the way. He's in his element. Guys, where did... Oh, Biggest Dickus is fully regen. 22 kills. This is Biggest Dickus, by the way, guys. He gets to guard the gas workers now. I'm glad that he's had a nice retirement up there. Nice cushy, semi-retired job guarding the gas workers in the main. Easiest job there is as a spine crawler. Not many easier jobs than that. He deserves it. He fought hard. He defended the great Zergling Baneling drop of 7 to 12 minutes. I don't understand where your economy came from. He doesn't have economy. He doesn't have it. You're way ahead. You just need to stop throwing your units away and move some spore crawlers at some point. How can you make 15 spores and not move them ever? No, the Banes! He's got no lurkers! Oh no! Oh my god, the Mute is fighting into the spores though. Fighting into the spores is bad. One spore goes down. There's only one spore fighting right now. The Hydras are getting overwhelmed. The spores do so much damage. The Lurkers are back here. The Hydras coming out into the open. They've got 2-1 upgrades. These Hydras destroy these unupgraded Mutas, but they're so outnumbered by them. The Transfusers, my god, so many Mutas go down. And you really see how devastating upgraded Hydras and spores are against Mutaling. 15 more Mutas are building. But XCon has thrown away so many resources in this game. He's going to transfer drones to that third. Hydra Queen's going to come out here and kill a few more Mutas. He still hasn't figured out how to move his spore. This is wild to me. This player is legitimately pretty good at StarCraft. I'm not saying this is Masters level player or anything. It's clearly not. But like, XCon had this game in the bag and then massed Spore Crawler and then didn't use the Spore Crawlers. Okay, Hydras are in the open again. Not at Spore Crawlers. No Lurker coverage, no Spore coverage. I mean, I know Lurkers won't help against the Mutas, but if Ling-bane comes in again, they absolutely will. This Lurker over here will clear the Zerglings. These Hydras, though, just getting overrun. Oh, man. And this is huge. The Mutas are going to get so much damage on this side. You can tell XCon's brain is broken. He's like, I don't understand where your economy came from. He doesn't realize he's traded, like, so much worse in so many of these battles. Obviously, big picture, Florencio is only a few thousand resources ahead, but even that's pretty impressive. These drones have carapace. They're legitimately doing okay against these Zerglings, which is ridiculous, but it's just that carapace upgrade making them so much more survivable. And there we go, going to pull away to the spores. And the Mutas are going to take that fight. More Hydras coming out, but in low numbers, getting isolated as they spawn. Not much of a match for these Mutalisks. Fourth base on the left went down earlier. He's trying to long distance mine. Hydras are going to chase. Once again, we just have not figured out how to move Spore Crawlers. This is wild. XCon Marine trying to fight here with the Hydras and the drones. And that's going to be the last stand. That is going to be game. So effing stupid. Just kind of, you know, I'm so stupid. I should have moved those Spore Crawlers because I think he definitely realized it, guys. Florencio, after the opponent leaves, 5 seconds later, types easy in the chat. Guys, that is a clear sign of psychopathy right there. That is wild. Man, man's talking to a corpse. He's poking him with a pointy stick and he's going, easy, easy, easy. And I'm like, he's dead. This is the guy you find on the battlefield taunting the guys that just lost. The corpses of the guys that just... That's maniacal, mate. That's crazy. Okay, guys, so here's that counterattack that I missed because I was staring at the hatchery. It's a classic XCon A move. It's 8 Hydras and 6 Lurkers. It's like, if you just make another 10, 15 Hydras and have a critical mass, this is like, you'll have a great army. If you wait for your upgrades to kick in, you'll have a good position. If you let your hatcheries rebuild in mine, you'll have a good position. But before it was a 6 Hydra counterattack. This time it's an 8 Hydra counterattack. And XCon truly doesn't realize that they did anything wrong with this. They just A-move across the map with 8 Hydras. Then they move command. They clicked on the hatchery with their whole army. Oh my gosh. This was a disaster. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Flow Files. I especially loved the mass Ling-bane drop at the start. That was particularly weird. A special thanks to our Patreon supporters before we go, especially Wu Zhang, our conductor of the D-Town Express, as well as everybody else here on the Wall of Bacon. If you guys want to get some cool perks and support the channel, click on the description. There's info below. If you can't afford to, don't worry. Keep enjoying, commenting, liking, subscribing. We'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye and good night.